correr also means to run the risk of or to be in danger. What? Correr, besides meaning running or to run, it also means this: to run the risk of or to be in danger. But the key is you need other words with this. So just by itself, correr doesn't mean to run the risk of or to be in danger, but you need to add something else to it to make it work, to make it mean that, you know. Let's look at an example. Las personas corren el peligro de ser asaltadas en la calle. So this is a more advanced phrase. We're not talking about simple things. We're talking about something more complex, but common. It's a common thing. So don't get all scared. Las personas corren el peligro de ser asaltadas en la calle. This means people are in danger from being mugged in the streets. Okay, so it happens. I mean, it sucks, but it happens. So people, las personas, people. Technically, you're saying the people, right? But in English, it works like this: people, right? Las personas corren el peligro. So this is a key phrase right here. We're using correr, right? Corren, las personas corren. So that's obviously conjugated. El peligro means the danger. Sometimes people will not say el. Sometimes they will say corren peligro. Okay? But both ways are good, are correct. Corren el peligro. So that means, you know, to be in danger. Corren el peligro. In this situation, people are in danger. Okay. Las personas corren el peligro. People are in danger. Okay. Or people, las personas corren peligro. People are in danger. Same thing. But you're just saying, you're using it because you're not saying that they're in danger right now. You're saying that they are in danger. I don't know when they can be mugged, right? So you don't know when. You're just saying that they have that going on. That's a problem. It's not happening right now. You're just saying your opinion on the situation. Okay? About the situation. You know, it can happen, especially if it's a big city. De ser, peligro de ser asaltadas. Similar to saying from being mugged or just being mugged, essentially. De means from and of. Okay? So people are in danger from being mugged or of being mugged en la calle, in the streets. Okay? En la calle is a very common phrase that means in the streets. I know in English, you're not saying singular street, in the street. The phrase is in the streets, but in Spanish is singular, en la calle. En la calle means any street, okay? Or streets. If you say en las calles, it works, it's fine, but a common term, en la calle, means just in the streets, okay? Correr peligro, to be in danger, to put yourself in a situation that can be dangerous, okay? So that's what it means. Correr peligro, correr el peligro. Now, the next example, guys, the next example is not red. This is the last example. Yeah, we're almost done. Miguel corre el riesgo de perder todo. Miguel corre el riesgo de perder todo. What does this mean? This means Miguel runs the risk of losing everything. Okay? So, correr el riesgo, we have two different phrases here. Correr peligro, correr el peligro. This one right here. Obviously, correr is conjugated. Correr el peligro or correr peligro means to be in danger. But when you add risk, I mean riesgo, which means risk, it's a different story. You're still, it's kind of similar-ish, but in English, we have to be in danger, to run the risk. In Spanish, you can use the same verb to say, to be in danger or to run the risk of. So you only have to change the last words. El peligro, danger. El riesgo, risk. Okay? Miguel means Miguel. Or I think in English is Mike. Miguel is Mike. That's like the similar name. Corre el riesgo, runs the risk of perder todo, losing everything. So I would add de to the phrase correr el riesgo de. Okay? So it's a complete verb / phrase to run the risk of, correr el riesgo de. Okay? So perder means to lose. In English, losing in this situation works. I know that in Spanish is perdiendo, the gerund, perdiendo. But here, you don't need the gerund. You need the infinitive form of the verb. De perder, de comer, de caminar, de andar. Okay? So we don't need the gerund here. Perder, we need perder. So that means the verb not conjugated, perder. Todo, by the way, perder, yeah, it's a great verb as well, perder, because it's like, perder has also quite a few meanings. It means to lose, when you lose something, when you miss something, as in missing a chance, to waste, when talking about time. You made me waste my time. Me hiciste perder el tiempo. So it's a great verb. We can talk about this one in the future for sure. But anyways, todo means everything. Todo, all or everything. Todo. So correr el riesgo de means to run the risk of. Correr peligro or correr el peligro means to be in danger. Okay? And also I would add de to this one right here. Just let me see, if you want to say to run the risk of, I would remember correr el riesgo de. Oops, sorry. Just let me fix that. Correr el riesgo de. To run the risk of. Okay? And to be in danger, correr el peligro de. So just like that. Sometimes you don't need this. I mean, it really doesn't matter. You can use this, correr peligro de, to be in danger of, or el, or correr el peligro de, to be in danger. Okay? I think this one from, it will be more like off, right? People are in danger of being mugged in the streets. I think that works better. I don't know. Sometimes that happens. You know, when you learn a second language and you're bilingual, sometimes your brain you get I think it's called brain farts. So that happens for sure. Okay, do you guys have any questions about this? In this situation, you could even say, Miguel corre el riesgo de. Usually when talking about risks, you're talking about bad things, right? Because you could win, you could earn, or not win everything. But if we're talking about money, you can get all the money or maybe none of the money, right? So usually when using these phrases, you're talking about risks. And for example, correr el riesgo de, you're saying, okay, what's the risk here? Losing everything, right? So it makes sense. Here, corren el peligro de ser. Did you notice here really quickly that you have the verb here after de, and they're both in the infinitive way? So just remember that. De ser, de perder. Okay? Las personas corren el riesgo de ser asaltadas en la calle. Or caerse, for example. That's a different way to say, not different way to say the same thing. We're talking about something completely different, but I just want to show you different things that you can say with the phrase. For example, las personas corren el peligro de caerse. De caerse, maybe because there's a hole or something like that. So it's people are in danger of falling pretty much, just falling because maybe there is a hole or something like that somewhere, so they could fall, right? So that is the danger, falling. We added the pronoun se. You can't not have it, but it sounds a little incomplete with this verb, caerse. You need that. Me caigo, I'm falling. I'm not saying yo caigo, right? So again, reflexive pronouns. Reflexive pronouns are everywhere in Spanish. But yeah, so that's another thing that you could say. Miguel corre el riesgo de perder. Usually when you run the risk of something, no, when you're doing something and you might lose things, usually you use perder, but I'm just trying to change this to something else. Miguel corre el riesgo de perder todo. I cannot think of anything else right now. De ser, for example, despedido. That's a risk right there. So maybe Miguel is not doing a good job and he is running the risk of losing his job. But technically you're saying to get fired. Of, so it will be more like of getting fired. If you want to use correr as in getting fired, you remember that was another meaning of correr. Corre el riesgo de ser corrido. I don't know if corrido, de ser corrido, de ser corrido. De ser corrido. Technically, no, it would be more like de que lo corran. Yeah, that is better. Sorry about that. That is better. Miguel corre el riesgo de que, sorry, not ser, de que lo corran. Okay? So that works better. Miguel runs the risk of getting fired. Why not corrido? That's a good question. It could technically is fine, but this is something that it's more often said in Spanish. Miguel corre el riesgo de que lo corren. Miguel runs the risk of getting fired. So yes, that's interesting. It's probably because of how correr works. We talked about it previously, right? Despedir is a more like literal translation of getting fired, to get fired. Yeah, it's tricky.